Welcome to ALEKS. We're trying to graph a rational function that has a hole. So the first thing I want to do is to type the rational function into my graphing calculator, look at the picture. I also want to factor the denominator so that I know where the vertical asymptote and the hole are going to be. So when I factor the denominator, I have x minus 3 times x minus 1. So my asymptote and hole are going to be at 3 and 1. From my graphing calculator, I see that this button is the correct picture, so I click on that button, move to my screen. It asks me to first off place the vertical asymptote, which is at positive 1. Next, it asks me to place the horizontal asymptote, and based on the degrees being the same, I know that that is at the ratio of the leading coefficients, which is 2. Now it asks me to place points. I found that it's easier to work with the typing in of the points. So I'm going to go there, and I need to have points on both sides of my asymptote, at least 2. So to the left of my asymptote, one of the points is negative 1, 1. So I plot that point. Another point is 0, 0. To the right of my asymptote, I have an ordered pair of 2, 4. And 5, 2.5. Now when I bring my cursor back, I just line it up with one of the points that I have and click, and so then it graphs that half, line it up with another point that I have, and click, and it graphs that half. The last piece that I need is to graph the hole. So I get the hole. I know that the hole is going to be at positive 3, so I line it up at positive 3, and I slide up until the actual graph turns yellow. And I click to plot my hole. And so I set this up as a mini homework, so I could go to the next question, but I am going to go to the top to submit the homework and see that we have this correct. And you can see up here that we do have it correct. So that's how I graph a function that has a hole in ALEKS. I hope that helps as far as working in your Pi. I know that ALEKS is very finicky with the holes, so make sure that your graph does turn yellow before you click and put the hole into the graph.